It's the New Horizon Radio, and it's great to be joined in the studio today by Frank Scarito, and he has written and has produced an incredible musical which is being performed in Milton Keynes soon. We're going to find out all the details, but welcome to the show, Frank.
Hello, Chris. Nice to be here.
It's great to have you on, and I'm very excited about Shoe Dunnit, which is an intriguing concept for a show because it's based on a true story, isn't it, of a theft in a shoe shop that you've now turned into a musical. Was it in a shoe shop? It was in a coffee shop.
No, the theft took place in a hotel.
Okay.
I mean, the musical set in a coffee shop, but the theft took place in a hotel in France.
Of some shoes.
Of my shoes, yeah.
Of your actual shoes. So
of
this
my
is
actual shoes,
your
yeah.
true
it
life
happened
experience.
to me. Yep.
Wow. Was it a disturbing moment?
It was at that time. Do you know what was disturbing about it, Chris? It was that my shoes got stolen and I went looking for them because, long story, I left them out on the windowsill. And I know people will be going, why the heck would you do that? There is a story behind it. And when I went to look for them in the morning, they had gone and they were replaced below the windowsill by the shoes of the thief. So he took mine and left his, and I didn't really desire those shoes, shall I say.
So did you have to go around like Cinderella, kind of trying the shoes on everybody to see who was the guilty feet?
No. I mean, funnily enough, we were in Calais and just about to come back, and I did have spare shoes with me, so it wasn't a disaster. I wasn't barefoot, and I wasn't having to wear their shoes. But it just created, because the thought in my head was, if this was a newspaper article, what would the headline be? And I thought it would be Shoe Dunnit.
It probably would.
Yeah.
It probably would. And did the thief have the same size feet as you? Would they have fitted him nicely?
I will never know. Because we never found the thief.
Well, you found his shoes, though.
Oh, yeah. So, like
I would assume his previous shoes fitted, unless he was on it. He'd replaced them because they didn't fit him. He was like a hermit crab trying to find the perfect shoes for his feet.
But who knows? By that time, who knows where they could have been? You know, they could have been miles away for all I know. And we had to get the Eurotunnel. So,
presumably within walking distance, though.
Well, we don't know what time it happened. It could have been in the middle of the night. But the strange thing is, it was a ring-fenced hotel. It was one of those ones that you stop over before you get the Eurotunnel. So I thought I'd be fine because clearly I was totally wrong. And,
I think it must have been an inside job then.
It could be.
Yeah. I would inspect the staff's footwear next time you go.
It says nice things about my footwear because it must have been very desired for someone to do that.
I mean, were they nice shoes? Were they comfortable brogue? I
think they were nice shoes. I'd say they're the sort of European slip-on leather variety. So I've got photos, of the holiday. So I can look back on them.
You can just remember what you had.
Yeah,
and worn in as well, which is the important thing with leather shoes. That nobody, whoever's got them now. How many years ago was this incident?
This was only 2 years ago.
Okay, so they might still be being worn to this day.
They could be. And funny enough, they were purchased just a few metres away from where we are now at one of our nice shoe shops.
We should have got them to sponsor your show. This has been great. But anyway, moving on to the point.
Wow.
Shoe Dunnit has been turned into a rock pop musical, which is such a great idea. And I guess it was a story that needed to be told.
Yeah, I mean, it's got quite a few intertwining stories. The Shoe Dunnit part is very much part of it, but only one part of the many, because we've added things that didn't happen on that particular day. Shall we say that's the beauty of fiction, where you draw on real life but intertwine real life into things. So there are a number of intertwining stories centred around the owner of the coffee shop, who's discovered an ability to help resolve people's personal issues via music.
Love it. So this is something that you've kind of created to make the story kind of give it a bit more to it, the whole coffee shop. Or was there a real coffee shop in the story somewhere?
It's a made-up coffee shop called Cafe Latte. And we did take a show to the Edinburgh Fringe 2 years ago called Cafe Latte. And this one has become... It's a standalone, so you don't need to have seen the first one, but it's set in the same coffee shop, and it's a further development of certain characters. So we've honed in on a few people with their issues. I guess centre of it is a single parent guy who's actually played by me, who's brought up his daughter alone, and the wife walked out on him a while back, and suddenly she decides to make an appearance on that day in the coffee shop. The musical's totally in real time, so we cover 1 hour within the coffee shop, and this poor chap who never wants to see his ex again suddenly sees her walk in towards the shop, and he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't want to see her, and is told there is no back way.
Wow.
So
there's no way out.
That's no
great.
way
so
out.
you performed it a few weeks ago in Newport Pagnell, actually in a coffee shop, and because it's in real time, do you kind of feel like you're eavesdropping on true events as you're sat in the coffee shop watching this all take place?
Oh, Chris, my favourite kind of theatre is immersive theatre, where you feel like you're part of it. The way I see it, this is what sets live apart from, let's say, going to see a film. I know they try to make film immersive with a 4DX and all that sort of stuff, but when you're in a production like Shoe Dunnit, you're actually sat there in the coffee shop, you're surrounded by the performers, and you do feel like you're there. You happen to be having a coffee and then hear... I mean, this happens in real life. I've overheard so many interesting sort of conversations, and this is what it's like, but obviously even more dramatic.
Yeah.
You see this fold, and these people are all around you, and I personally don't think you can beat pure voice. So when the performers are singing with their harmonies and they're all around you, no sound system in the world, as far as I'm concerned, can beat that sound.
So you're sat in a coffee shop, and then suddenly your customers start bursting into song, and that's always the thing with musical theatre, is that suspension of disbelief that people would actually be telling their story through song in a real life situation. So I guess it's immersive and convincing, but then also it's clearly a theatre show at the same time.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that, because when I grew up, I grew up in a family who had no background or interest in musical theatre, and when I used to watch your old style musicals, Fred Astaire and so on, I actually disliked that suddenly people, for no reason whatsoever, would get up and dance. So I've always made it my mission that when I write musicals, there is a definite reason to why they're doing it. They're not just doing it at random. So in this case, Emily, who runs a shop, has found that via music she can help people's issues. Okay. So she's using it as a therapy to cure everyone's problems, and one of the underlying stories is she's become amazing at helping everyone else's issues, but she's got a big issue, and that's what she's struggling with.
Okay.
Can she help herself?
Well, we've got some music from the show to listen to now, so you very kindly brought in some recordings of some of the songs. What are we going to listen to first?
I would say Nothing Stays the Same would be a good one, which would be the wife who re-emerges and is trying to explain to her ex-partner why she left.
Do you still remember how you made me smile? I was so in love, but you would run a mile. Eventually you notice, and you've never let me down. Actually, it's me who took our love and tore it down. 'Cause I thought I lived a lie, decided to take flight. In time I learned that I already had it all, but now I'm in free fall. Still in the end, nothing stays the I know it's not been easy, I know I took the mick, I lost for your forgiveness, though I'm a hypocrite. We started something great and I'd like to see us try again. Please don't say it's hopeless, 'cause you're the only man I've loved. 'Cause I thought I lived a lie, decided to take flight. In time I learned that I already had it all, but now I'm in free fall. Still in the end, nothing stays the same. hear my prayer. Give me time to rewind everything. Hear my prayer.
Hear her prayer.
Give me time.
Give her time
to rewind everything. Hear my prayer.
Hear her prayer.
Give me time.
Give her time
to rewind everything. 'Cause I thought I lived a life, decided to take flight. In time I learned that I already had it all, but now I'm in free fall. Still in the end, nothing stays the same. You see that I thought I lived a life, decided to take flight. In time I learned that I already had it all, but now I'm in free fall. Still in the end, nothing stays the same.
Fantastic. So that's Nothing Stays the Same from Shoe Dunnit the Musical, and Frank is with me in the studio, and that was my good friend Ellie singing that.
It was, yeah, who's a fantastic vocalist and brought that track to life together with everyone else who performs on it.
Yeah, and sadly Ellie's not in the show because she's now heavy with child.
Yes.
So good luck to Ellie with that. That's her new production that she's working on.
Right. Totally.
So tell me about the cast that you have performing in this, because a lot of them are new to musical theatre, aren't they?
Yeah, no doubt they are. The cast are all manner of backgrounds. So we've got the lady who plays my ex, who's Anna Diego, and she plays Jean. Now she's been involved in both film and stage for a long, long time, and she's also a choreographer and dancer. So I guess we're the, because there's all different ages. We represent the more senior in the cast, but we have got all manner of ages. The lady who plays the owner of the shop, Elisa, she's going off to university now to study being a music artist, and she's an excellent actress, and she's got experience purely because she's been doing this since she was a young person, a very young person, as is Jenna, who plays her assistant. But then we've got some very young ones as well. So we've got Eliza, who's just joined us. I haven't known Eliza before, and she's proven to be an excellent actress, singer. But then, in contrast, we've got Ella, who's only 13, but she's actually been a student of my performing arts school that I co-run with Sean, called Crescendo Performing Arts. And Ella's been with us now, I'd say about 6 years at least, probably more. And for a 13-year-old, the amount of experience she's got, and it shows when she performs. We've got another one, Charlie, who looks older than his age. I think he's 14 at the moment. He might have reached 15. My bad, I don't know. But these people are inspiring. You know, when you see him perform, you can see that level of experience they've developed in, you know, relatively little time to bring the show to life.
So it's quite a young cast then. Are there any kind of people that are over 20 in the cast?
Well,
from yourself,
myself and Anna.
Yeah.
There is. Do you know what I'm trying to think now? Because Elisa, who plays the shop owner, is 19, about to turn 20, and Jenna, who plays Robbie, the assistant, I'm trying to think. She'll kill me for this, I'm sure, but I think she's turned 21. I can't remember.
Okay, but my point is that this is a very young, talented cast, and when you see this show, I guess you forget what age they are because they're playing parts that are presumably a little bit older in real life.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's the playing age, and people can. This is a great thing about theatre, in film as well, in theatre especially, where it's more about playing age rather than the actual age you are. And what we've been doing, Chris, is we've been working with local schools, which is what we're doing in the show that we're performing next week. We've actually got school choirs involved to be part of it. And I think, you know, in terms of young people learning and people in schools, generally school productions are all the young people, but I think they learn far more when they're working with all ages and more experienced actors. They can take far more, and it's something we want to do a lot more. So any local schools out there who want to work with us in the future, we'd welcome them being involved in a project like this, where you are, you know, working in a high level production, and the young people, as we've already seen, because we've done a few in schools, they gain so much out of this and learn so much from the actors and actually actively taking part of it and working with us.
Well, we're going to hear another song from the show now. Which one are you going to play for us now?
I would say let's go for Silence, because Silence is all about that the arts should be heard. This was originally written during the first COVID lockdown, and we were going to do a big music video of it as soon as the lockdown was over, and we were just about to do that, and then the second lockdown came in. And the point was that we need this. We need the arts, because it teaches young people so much that regular curriculum doesn't. It gets young people working together as one force. And there have been suggestions, which is explained in the song, that sometimes the arts are devalued as if they're not that important, but actually it teaches you life skills that the likes of science and mathematics doesn't, and that is working together with people and creating something beautiful together. So that one would be a good one, because the message is there should not be silence. In fact, it should be stepped up, not stepped down.
See things through the eyes of a child. One moment, listen to the words I must say. Please hear me. Lots of being labeled as not important. I respectfully disagree. I was born to sing. I was born to dance. I was born, I feel, to bring you a story. Don't hold back. Shout it out. Let's unite and tell the world the arts must not be silenced. The arts must not be silenced. Imagine waking to a new kind of silence. Everything you see comes to you through your screen. Actors and musicians all but departed, comedians and singers tonight. But they were born to sing, they were born to dance, they were born, I feel, to bring you story. Don't hold back, shout it out, let's unite and tell the world the arts must not be silenced. The arts must not be silenced. I fear a world where no one performs live. All performances you see are on a screen. It's been implied the arts are not required, that there's more important ways to spend our time. And yet you'll see in history that all the greatest empires would unite the people through performing arts. Arts brings us together, working as one entity, all of us with one big beating heart. The arts must not be silenced. The arts must not be silenced. The arts must not be silenced. Everybody's got to tell the arts must not be silenced. Don't let them pull the rug from us. Must not be silenced. The thing that makes us feel the arts must not be silenced. We'll end up yearning for the past.
the New Horizon Radio. Great to be joined in the studio today by Frank Scarito, and we've just been listening to Silence from the rock pop musical Shoe Dunnit, which you'll be able to see next week, and that was absolutely beautiful, and such an important message as well about the importance of the arts and performing arts when we thought we'd lost everything during lockdown. It was a scary time, and
Totally.
people were. It's weird looking back on it now. I was trying to remember what it was like, but I've just all those Zoom calls and one walk a day and spending a lot of time in your bubble with people that you had no intention of spending that much time with ever. It was a crazy time, and the arts really was just switched off, and you could never imagine that happening, but it really did.
Yeah, it kind of what it transferred to was people doing things online and performing online, and that was wonderful. It did create some wonderful opportunities. However, the greater message is that you can't beat live and seeing people in the presence. There is something magical about that seeing performances on screens aren't quite the same. It's all about the deeper experience. Like, we can all watch football on the TV and it is wonderful, but you can't beat being there. We watched Glastonbury last week, and I was fortunate enough to be able to go last year, and it was wonderful seeing it on the screen. But again, you can't beat being there and having that deeper experience.
Yeah, and Glastonbury is such a great example because it's about so much more than just a perfectly filmed video of somebody singing on a stage. It's the atmosphere, and it's all of the other stuff that isn't the music at Glastonbury. It's just, if you've never been, it's impossible to capture that in a film, and the fact that you have to walk for about 2 hours to get from one side of the blooming farm to the other, it's just crazy.
It was huge.
Every year I've been, it's been torrential rain and mud everywhere, but you still manage to have a good time. But yeah, it's all good. So tell me about how you can see this show. There's a performance coming up next week, isn't there?
We've got one final performance before we go to the Edinburgh Fringe, and in Edinburgh we're doing 8 performances from the 1st to the 9th of August. But we've done a few locally, but we're now working on Monday the 14th, so a week from now, we're performing at Lord Grey Academy in Bletchley. So 6:30 p.m. We've got a name now that's easy to search, so if anyone wants to find out details, Shoe Dunnit, Dunnit being spelt with a double N. Yeah. So Dunnit, and everyone knows how to spell shoes. I would have thought.
You think so?
Yeah. So it's funny, if you put it in Google, up it comes our Edinburgh shows, our local crowdfunder, because obviously one of the reasons we're doing these local shows, apart from that we want to hone the show to be as good as it can be, is it's so expensive to take a show to the Edinburgh Fringe nowadays. It is, yeah.
What are your sort of overheads to do that? Do you have to book the venue, obviously, and pay for that?
We have to pay for the venue, yeah. We have to. We've gone with a company called The Space, and they we're on the Royal Mile or just off the Royal Mile.
That's amazing. This is going to be such an incredible experience for your cast, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful. We did it 2 years ago, and it is an amazing experience. And of course, you've got people from all around the world there. And you've got fantastic fans of theatre, music theatre, come to watch you.
And they're so supportive because they're there to see creative new shows and find something different. And this seems like it's going to be exactly up their street. Is there much comedy in it?
There's lots of comedy. There's lots. I mean, there's serious undertones, but there's loads of comedy. I mean, we love making an audience laugh. So there are many, many jokes. And I'm happy to say the cast, I mean, Robbie and Emily, or the characters of the people that play that, they are so funny, the chemistry between them and the jokes they do. So you will have moments where, one person will be doing something serious and they turn it into a joke to the annoyance of the person. And yet it's hilarious. So there's lots of those moments.
It must be fun doing a show like that and getting it all out of your system before you go on stage, so you're not corpsing when the funny bits happen.
It is. It's wonderful. I mean, there's something about losing yourself. I mean, for years I would write and get people to act, and now I find myself being in the show and find myself that you just lose yourself being another person for a period of time, and it is kind of wonderful.
Yeah. That sounds great. So the show next week on Monday, how can people find the tickets? Just Google Shoe Dunnit?
Yeah, if you Google Shoe Dunnit, it will come up. If you add Lord Grey Academy, it will come up. It will probably go straight to the crowdfunder within it. I mean, the website would probably be too long to say over there. I can say it onceuponproductions.com/Shoe Dunnit and then PHP. But if you search Google, the PHP is important. Otherwise, it won't come up.
I don't know what that even stands for. So I think the Googling is probably the quickest.
Will be the easiest.
And is this going to be the biggest audience you've had for these rehearsal performances? Because I guess you can fit more people in a school hall than a coffee shop.
It should be. I mean, we don't know yet because many sales are made. Yeah, potentially it would be. We've got a lot of room there. I've asked, and they've got this wonderful Yamaha grand piano, and I've asked whether we can use it in the show as well.
Oh, wow.
Because they can be in coffee shops. I haven't seen one yet, but they can be.
Grand piano. More like little honky-tonk piano in the corner, maybe. I want to go to that coffee shop. That sounds amazing. Fred Astaire comes in and does a whole little dance routine. Yeah. Well, good luck with the show. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Chris.
And we're going to finish off with one final song from the musical. What are we going to end with?
This one will be very appropriate. It's called At Last, and it's the one that after Emily has helped so many people with their issues, and it's all come good, they play a song called At Last, where it is predominantly the lady who plays my, Jean, who plays my ex, and now I'm giving it away now, aren't I?
Spoiler alert.
I'm giving spoilers.
But there's some sort of reconciliation.
Well, there is something further at the end that comes after this song, but it's everyone being happy, and it's a happy song at last. After all the issues we faced, we've sorted it. So this is At Last, probably the happiest song.
Brilliant.
We've got all sorts. We've got sad ballads, we've got comedy songs, and this is our happy song at the end.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Frank Scarito.
Thank you so much, Chris, for having me on.
I woke up to a fear this morning about how I was going to face you. I do not deserve your forgiveness. It's a second chance, I won't fail you. We've been through the darkest days, now we've reached the light, we've reached the light. And we're gonna leave the hurt behind. No more this time, no more this time. I used to run away from my feelings. Hide when no one could find me. Fight the feelings inside and cry throughout. But I'm happy now at last. Everyone, you have got to join in. In these words you will find your story. How you grew from a tiny person to the one who now stands before me. We've been through the darkest days, now we've reached the light, we've reached the light. And we're gonna leave the world behind. No more this time, no more this time. I used to run away from my feelings. Hide when no one could find me. Fight the demons inside and cry throughout. But I'm happy now at last. We've been through the darkest days, now we've reached the light, yes, we've reached the light. And we're gonna leave the hurt behind. No more this time, no more this time. No more this time. I used to run away from my feelings. Hide when no one could find me. Fight the demons inside and cry throughout. I used to run away from my feelings. Hide when no one could find me. Fight the demons inside and cry throughout. But I'm happy now at last. 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 I'm happy now at last.